Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today you can see I'm recording outside. I really can't tell if you see me that well. I wrote a poem. I really wanted to read it to someone, so I thought I was just gonna post it on my YouTube channel. This poem means a lot to me. I'll explain to you what I meant about, every word and stuff after I read it. Here it goes. I sold my life to the devil on that Friday night. He took my hand and said, "Let's go on a little joyride." So he took me to the river on the moonlit night, where we danced all night. Then he asked me the big question. I clearly was not thinking quite right, 'cause I sold my life to the devil on that night. Basically what the poem's basically saying, the whole word, I sold my life to the devil. For those who know me, I have diabetes. And sometimes really expensive, or other medical stuff is really expensive, like surgery and stuff. And you don't, or at least I never really thought about it that much, but I don't really know where all the money goes. Where all the money. But if you know that, please feel free to comment down below where the money goes. But you basically give people money just to stay alive. If that's making any sense to you. And that's where the line, I sold my life to the devil. Devil meaning the person that you give the money to. And the fact that you just sold your life, meaning you just paid money just to stay alive. And the bottles are about that big, if you know what I'm talking about. And that's what keeps me still alive. Or at least I think. I'm pretty sure. But if I don't have insulin, I can get really high blood sugars and end up going in the hospital and getting really sick. So in a way, I can die without insulin. And on that Friday night was the night I was diagnosed with diabetes on a Friday night, and yeah, and everything else was just something that I thought would be cool to say. Might as well at the time tell you the story. This is also going to be connected to the story of how I was diagnosed with diabetes. And oh yeah, this is all happening while I'm waiting to go somewhere or do something. So this happened in 2nd grade, 2014. Or at least that's the time and the date where it takes place. Let's do a quick preview. So before August 22nd, 2014, on Friday night, I started getting symptoms like diabetes. I started losing weight. I started peeing a lot more. Feel free to laugh if you want, if I say something kind of funny. Like I said, I barely even ate anything. I survived on Go-Go Squeeze applesauce. You know, those easy miniature applesauce. And my mom, I ended up having tons of accidents. I ended up getting a lot of stomach aches, lots of other things as well. And apparently when I was a tiny little baby, sorry, there's just something there that's falling. Apparently I started crying in pain, or no reason, just all of a sudden started crying. Some of these symptoms, headaches, I think is one, and other stuff, I don't really know. Like I said, I just know what happened to me. And stuff. Sorry, just get distracted easily. Fast forward August 22nd, 2014, on Friday, the week into 2nd grade. My mom decided to take me to the doctor because she was curious about, why is all this stuff happening? And so they took me to the doctor after multiple times of taking me to the doctor, and The doctor continues saying it's just stress out from school, it's just anxiety, it's just a stomach bug. After like so many times, they finally decided to poke my finger, check what my blood sugar is. They poked my finger. They didn't say anything to us. They didn't tell us what my blood sugar was. They just said, you need to go to the hospital. So my mom took me to the hospital, and there's where they said, you're diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. A life disease where, well, life autoimmune disease that there's no cure. I'm sorry, I don't know if you just heard. That just gave me a panic attack. So I don't know if you heard it. All of a sudden I hear rustling through the trees. Ah, it's a bird. Never mind. So back to the story. Yeah, that's probably gonna keep on getting on my nerves. So they were like, oh, there's no cure for it. You're gonna live with this for your whole entire life. And I just kind of sat there laughing, trying to forget the fact that they just said I'm 7 years old at this time too. That I have tons of responsibility and stuff. What my mom says, tons of responsibility for a 7-year-old to actually have to go through. Not to mention, it's the worst time to actually be diagnosed. There's other people who have been diagnosed longer than I have. They have their own story. This is just mine. And so, yeah. So I spent my weekend, my whole free weekend, fun weekend, where you could sleep in and stuff, at the hospital. I had a person visit me who brought me, at the time, Elsa stuff, which made me happy. Because I don't like the idea of being different or going back to school on Monday that my life's changed overnight, which some people might say as like a kind of like a metaphor, saying, oh yeah, my life's changed overnight, but it really did happen overnight. It's just really weird to know that something can change so quickly, that your life can change forever just one night away. The whole Saturday, all they did was tell me, prick my blood sugar. What is your blood sugar? And just so you know, my blood sugar was 750 when I was in the hospital. I was forced, I don't even know if we still have it, like those like miniature bottles that are probably about like this big. I would drink like 7 of those. And at some point in time, my IV that was in my hand or something came out. And I refused to have them put it back in. I was like, no, you're not putting that sharp thing back into my hand. Here, right here, if I remember correctly. I think it was right here yeah, I think so. At least I think I remember seeing something there. It could have always been a dream, But yeah, and then shortly after Saturday night, I kept on getting woken up. And I was like, just let me sleep, please. It's already hard enough that I'm gonna have to be doing this all throughout my life. And I'm like, and then finally Sunday night, I was able to sleep very well on Saturday night and go back to as normal as possible life, other than the fact that every time I wanted to eat something, I would have to grab a needle and just inject it. Or having the fear that someone might think I'm on drugs or something. Whoops. No. Or something like that, something I'm that's could be risky. But or having looked here. So most people know, if they know me, the first year I was diagnosed with diabetes, I was my blood sugars are so funky, or when I first got my pump, I would wear jackets to hide the fact that I was different. And if I couldn't do that, I would do this. I would just hide it. Because I didn't in my mind, I didn't like the fact that I was different from everyone else. Not given the fact that, I don't know how I got it, there's no way of telling, because I don't have any family members that have type 1 diabetes. I however, have type 2 diabetic family members, but there's just no other way that we could figure it out. Well, yeah, and sorry if I start to like cry or like sound like I'm about to cry. Yeah, that really is gonna give me a heart attack at some. Fast forward, my dad decides to take us out to this restaurant. These are like multiple diabetic stories combined. While I was like still kind of like diagnosed and stuff, he ends up ordering a brownie, a whole entire brownie fudge cake, loaded with ice cream, loaded with tons of things that I wasn't able to have because we couldn't figure out the carb count. And my mom looked at me. This is as best as I can remember it, by the way, so it might not be exact. She looked at me and said, "I promise when I'm able to figure this out, I'll make your life as normal as possible." And like little gestures like that really makes like me happy. Like knowing the fact that you understand my side of the point of view every time someone says something about diabetes. One weird question I've ever been asked was this: are you contagious? Or can you have this? Can you have that? Oh, no, you can't have that. Things like that. And I just look at them, because the girl who asked me if I was contagious, I was on the bus at summer camp. And in my mind I was like, do you think if I was contagious, do you think I would be at summer camp? And I just remember that kind of hurting my feelings, thinking that someone thinks I might be contagious. I mean, other people have thought that. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's been asked that. Or when people think, there's no offense to you guys or anything, but when people joke around and they think it's funny, but really it's not, like, I will comment down below. I'm not afraid to comment down below or tell you, hey, do you mind making it more clear? Because not all diabetics are diagnosed by, oh, look at that, you have friends. Diagnosed, like, they would say, oh, diabetes is a cup when it's, like, filled with tons of sugar and stuff. And if there's, like, anyone watching this, hopefully this helps you understand diabetics more, too. I think they're done. Oh, well, you'll just be hearing them on the background. And, yeah, I just don't like those weird questions. I, like, really do like it when people ask me questions about my diabetes. It makes me, like, really happy. Oh, wait, here's the funny part. That, like, didn't happen too long ago. And so my family decided to go camping because we own a camper, as you can, like, kind of tell in the background. Oh, look at that. I can point to it. The thing that I'm pointing to. And stuff. I should probably do a tour in there. Yeah, quick one, but worth. And so we went to this place where they had a water slide. Me and my friends all went and stuff. Or like, and some people that my mom knows. If one of my friends have seen this, watching this video right now, they probably know what I'm talking about. And this really made me happy and stuff. Because this guy was gonna ask me what's on my arm and stuff. And I kind of like caught a glimpse of what they were saying, and they're like, and someone was like, "Don't ask that. That's a personal question." And I just turn around. I'm like, "What? Oh wait, do you want to ask me what's on my arm?" And I kind of got confused because I like have to change my pump, which is like right here, every 3 days. Leave it on that mark. I actually have to change it today. And then my Dexcom, which is on this leg right now, I have to change it every 10 days. And I actually had both of them on my arm, so I like turned around and was like, oh, this is my pump. And then I was like, oh wait, no, that's my Dexcom. Never mind, that's my Dexcom. This is my pump. And it just really makes me happy when people look at you and don't ask, can you have this? Or will this affect your blood sugar? Or your family, even though that you know that they mean it in the best way, continuing to ask you, what's your blood sugar? What is your blood sugar? What is your blood sugar, Abby? What's your blood sugar? or that actually had a teacher in 5th grade who was so kind and stuff, to a point he was giving out like things that I couldn't pull for because I didn't know the carb count. And I told him, I can't have this, it will spike up my blood sugar. He went out of his way and bought me like miniature Diet Coke cans. Even though he didn't have to do that, he still did. And I just remember someone in my class saying, that's not fair. And I think I said something like, well, it's not fair that you're able to eat whatever you want without all the stress and stuff. He was quiet right after. And I was like, it just really made me happy, basically, that a teacher actually went out of their way just to help me out with my blood sugar, with my diabetes, and my I would like to say problem or challenges, but with like basically the people along the way who helped me out, really helped me out a lot and stuff. I would show you what my pump looks like, but you know, on the legs, and can't really show it to you, but and stuff. So like I said, that really makes me happy when I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. I think all diabetics like it when you show some effort on trying to. But here's another story that I think you should know, because it really gets me on my nerves. So I'm in Girl Scout troop. Okay. I don't think any of my Girl Scout troops really see this video or even bother listening. So, except one person, but then again, she's my friend. So whether or not she watches this video or not, that's totally different. But what makes me really upset is I've been with them ever since 1st grade. So ever since way before I even was diagnosed with diabetes. And no offense, I really don't want to be mean, but I'm also Jewish, so a Jewish diabetic girl. And everyone in my Girl Scout troop are all like Christians. And like I said, if I offend any of you, I'm like really, really sorry. And they know I have diabetes. They knew I had diabetes and everything else. But every time that they have a party, they never once, like not too long ago, we had like a party to like fill up trick or treat, like Halloween candy bags for like seniors and stuff at this place. And all they had there, they didn't even have water in mine. Thank goodness I went over to a friend's house before this, because we were carpool, and the mom was kind enough to actually, kind enough to actually give me a soda, which thank you so much, by the way. I get there, I'm like, oh, maybe they've changed, maybe they might have something diet, but I doubt it. They come out with 2 drinks. 2. Keep in mind, there's no water. The only 2 drinks that there ever were, hey there, soft kitty, and the 2 drinks that were ever there were Coca-Cola and Sprite. Regular Coca-Cola and Sprite. They didn't even show any effort. I don't care if you think, oh, there's more girls that don't have diabetes. It is the effort that you show that shines more so than what you say, or actions or words show you more so than, more like actions show more, in my opinion. Because, or try parenting, because you can say something and not do it. Like I said, if you don't agree with me, feel free to comment down below what you do agree or whatnot. Or if you have any other like interesting stories or something that you want to just share to people, feel free to, okay? And I'm like, come on. You don't even have water out, okay? Water, the most common thing. Okay, so I don't know if my friends who watch this video, who subscribe to my channel, know what I mean. I don't like water, okay? Because I was forced to drink water for so long because of my blood sugar being funky and stuff. Yeah, I just don't like it. If I drink water, like, my stomach starts to hurt. Doesn't mean I don't drink water. It's just if I drink a lot of water, my stomach will start to hurt. And so I don't like really drink it. I'm like, I kind of refuse to drink water. I'll drink flavored water or whatnot, but I won't drink regular water. And I'm like, okay, you're not even having water out. Water, for goodness sakes. Water, which is the most common thing that you see at parties, because parents don't, or like hangouts or whatever, not. But you don't even have that. We're crying out loud. Sorry, my phone's about to whoop. And I'm like, how can you not have water? Another thing that they, is I was like, oh, can I like, I don't know, show something that I like to do that's like part of my religion. And they gave me like maybe like 15 minutes to actually do it. It's sharing it with another day. And I'm like, you couldn't have just scheduled a whole another day for me. It's Hanukkah. So like, if you know what I'm talking about, Hanukkah is like a fun, like, there's a fun game that you play where you or with a dreidel and you spin it. And there's like candy coins in the middle. So whoever like wins the pile, because there's like Gimel, give me all, basically. So if it lands on like a letter that's called Gimel, I think it was like you get all of it. So basically it's a fun game where you win chocolate and stuff. Very fun. So I really wanted to play that with my Girl Scout troop because I'm like, oh, come on, this will be fun. You'll get to experience more things. 15 minutes. That's not even enough time for like a game. So we played like a quick round. It might have even been less than 15 minutes. But I'm like, you couldn't have just made an extra day for me because I think that's a little too hard. Also, I don't know if I said it on here or not. I just got bat mitzvah on Halloween. I'm gonna hopefully do, wait, darn it. I think I used most of the, so basically I got like tons of candy. Got me like a whole Kit Kat bar and gummies, which really made me happy. And I got like a brand new camera because I like taking pictures, like really like taking nature pictures. And so I was like, oh yay, gifts. I learned one thing. They make such a big deal out of it. It is a big deal. Okay. But you don't really get to sing that much. And the gifts, I love all gifts, okay? Gifts, money-wise, not-wise. Just ignore that, okay? Some of the people in my Girl Scout troop said, well, yes, we'll be there. We'll be there. I promise you, we'll be there. They never once texted back saying, sorry, we can't come. None of them came. Not one single one came. I mean, I may not care for it, but it is still part of my religion. If we were not busy that day and we said we were going to one of your important things, we would still go or notify you. Sorry, we can't go. But no. Well, that's probably about all. If I come up with any other stories, I'll probably tell you. Thanks for tuning. Thanks for listening. Bye.